Hari Om, and we look for the next point, number 4, Anahata. The fourth chakra situated behind the heart. The word Anahata means unstruck. Unstruck, all sounds in the created universe are produced by striking two objects together, which creates different vibration or sound wave. So it's like if you hit something, you cannot produce sound without creating vibration, without striking something. And unstruck, it means it haven't been struck yet. The sound which issued from beyond the material world is the source of all sounds, and it known as Anahata Nada. This unstruck sound manifests at the heart center, or is perceived as the eternal, unborn, and undying vibration, the pulse of the universe. Anahata is also the center of Hridayakasha, the heart space where the Jivatma or individual soul resides. If you think about it, you don't feel like your soul in your head. It's kind of your mind, ideas, but you feel like yourself kind of somewhere here. And we say, I, and when we say I am, I did this, you kind of point, you don't point. I did this, you don't point. You say, I got an idea, or I don't know. But you say, when I say, I have feeling, I know, I'm in the room. So we're using kind of around the heart space. And I felt like when I use the stomach or lower part of the body, it's kind of a feel itself more connection to ancestors or the earth, or connection to your like a tribe or whatever, your ancestry level, the country. So kind of going more down, like connection to your parents, for example. So that's how, and it's also the way it represents here. Anahata is symbolized by a blue lotus with 12 petals. In the center of the lotus is a hexagon formed by the two interlacing triangles. I will show you the down point triangle that we have this one at the bottom, Muladhara, and we have the one pointing upwards, and the both joined, and they creating these 6 pointed David star, which is actually 2 triangles brought together. So you will know now where it's come from. Within the triangles is the Bija mantra Yam, riding on a black antelope, symbolizing the air element. And the antelope, they're very fast animals, and very light, like in the air. When they prancing on the savannah or whatever, antelopes, it seems like they don't touch in the ground. I think that's my association where maybe it's come from. Then Tan mantra or sensory attribute is the touch or feeling. So everything touching, tactile, things. Jnanendriyan or organ of perception is the skin, and the Karmendriyan or organ of action is the hand. The body is Sthula prana, and the local or dimension of experience is Maha. Presiding Devata is Isha, the lord of an all-performing form, and the Devi is Kakini, ruler of the fat element in the body. The associated food is vegetable, the operating force is vibration, and the yoga path is Bhakti. Bhakti, it's we do a lot of kind of chanting, giving, cooking prasad, the food with dedication, and this kind of stuff. You feel very liberating when you practice Bhakti yoga. Sometimes like hours and years of work on the mat or any other type of yoga, you will do Bhakti. You can let it go a lot of stuff. Just one session, it's very powerful. Physiological heart is related to the cardiac plexus as well as the heart and lungs, and also its immune system, immune response. Psychologically, it's the center of the high emotions such as love, compassion, serenity, and patience. By activating Anahata, the lower emotions are transformed, and one becomes free from the worldly and sensual desires associated with the lower centers. So all this collecting, Manipura, ego, me, myself, all these lower chakras, Muladharas, Svadhisthana, we talked about this, different tastes, desires. I do want a house, in particular, way, and this kind of stuff. Security, insurance, this kind of stuff. This level, you start letting it go. You're more concerned about giving to others rather than to yourself. And it's very hard to say, you go to do volunteer work, you do know that when you give something, you will have it back. But only when we surpass this level, sometimes you will start giving away things. And I'm not talking about materialistic. It could be anything. It could be just giving away idea, knowledge, time. Time very important in your life. Energy. That's the difference between any other levels or unconditional. even when you're helping somebody, you still have in the back of your mind, maybe energetically or something, it's going to help me, or doing good things to be looked like I'm a better person, this kind of stuff. But there will be the moment when you do it because you cannot not do it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, for example, you see somebody suffering, I don't know, drowning in the river, you cannot not jump in the river and save this person, this kind of feeling. Although I do know, and there are people who might not do this, their ego of survival of themselves will overcome. So, see how it goes. At this level of evolution, acts of sharing, uniting, motivating, and inspiring others become a natural expression of the created energy. Anahata Chakra point, located behind the heart and the spine, is associated with harmony between the individual and divine will. The trigger point of Anahata is located at the sternum, and it's associated with the capacity to extend feeling of love to others. Anahata can become a very powerful healing center when it's developed. It is also the center of artistic ability and inspired speech. In relation to yoga, it's said that the physical energy is transformed to spiritual energy at Anahata. So it's kind of like Manipura or fire, brazen fire, and then when we're surpassing this heart center, when I told you everything is kind of middle point, the actual energy gets transformed. Yeah? So now it's getting on a different, it's transformed, transmutated, yeah? Change its essential form, yeah? So one become a yogi with the waking of Anahata before that one is a practitioner. That's what they say. Up to Anahata, one remains subject to the limitation of the fate with which one was born. However, when Anahata opens, one becomes the master of destiny, and whatever one thinks comes true. Therefore, the waking of the center requires mastery over the mind, as well as positive thoughts, associations, and ideals. And that's a tricky one because sometimes, like, be careful what you wish for. The karmic interactions or your thought work and what's happening around you start materialize very fast. So people talk about this transform the reality. People see the world around us like a matrix, and if you know particular keys to the matrix, you can change it. So people do this affirmations, things like visualizations, visualization boards. So they put like the cars they want to have, and then supposedly they're gonna have them, but you can put it on the board as much as you can. But that's what's happening. But unless you are surpassing high levels, you even work in the opposite as well. So therefore, you might create visualizations like a one particular way of life, like Gidanistic way of life, for example. Yeah, and I did it because I was working from a Swadhisthana level. And then by the time going through my life, I kind of surpassed it and I evolved and I become on my Anahata level. My mind, it's already imprinted this wishes and desires of this on the lower levels, and then they materialize. And then you are realizing that, okay, but I don't want it now. It's not what I wanted. So be careful what you wish for. But it always has to be your wish, and it's come from Anahata as well. We have this wish fulfilling tree. I have a video about this. The place where you, the true you, come with your true desires. And they never will be something materialistic, or it will be always about your spiritual growth or something deeper for yourself through the world around you. Hari Om.